All right, let's go back down to the New York Stock Exchange. Lydia Thew is standing by with Larry Leibowitz, head of U.S. markets for NYSE Euronext. Lydia?
That's right. I am here with Larry Leibowitz. He's actually executive vice president here at NYSE Euronext. Larry, thank you so much for joining us. Obviously, the big question that people have has to do with the extension of trading to 415. Question, why did that happen, and is this an irregular thing?
Sure. Thanks for having me today. We had some connectivity problems where customers sending orders from outside the building were having problems getting into the building, and people even on the floor were having problems getting orders to the posts. A problem somewhere in our network. And in prudence, what we wanted to do was extend the close and give everyone a chance to get their orders down to the floor to make sure they got their orders executed on the close.
And when did you first start having problems with the connectivity issues? Because I had a couple of traders telling me that there were problems this morning as well. Is that right? Or what time was the problem?
Yeah, there was a problem this morning that had been resolved, and then there was a problem that occurred at 3:30. We don't know if they're related yet. They seem very similar. We're going to be checking that obviously all weekend, but we really wanted to make sure we went to a manual process to make sure everybody could get their orders done towards the close.
Okay, and have you ever extended trading to 415 because of an execution problem like this or a system problem like this?
Sure, it's certainly an unusual situation, one that we don't take lightly, but in this case, you know, when you've got a widespread problem, you really want to give customers a chance to get the right price at the close.
And so was the issue that orders were getting lost, or what was the actual issue?
Either customers were getting orders that they couldn't get down to the floor, or they were getting stuck, and they didn't know if they could get them there in time.
Okay, so you ended up with a manual close, which is why you had to sort of extend the time. The question here obviously is, you know, if this is a systems error, you know, people might be concerned, obviously, about trades getting lost or there being further systems glitches. What is the New York Stock Exchange doing to try and prevent that? And what does this say about having, you know, the need for sort of manual, you know, human beings actually executing trades here so this doesn't happen again?
Sure. Well, we're constantly going through a program of improving our systems, trying to make them more bulletproof. Things will always happen with computers, just like they happen with people, but we want to make sure that we can recover as quickly as possible, make it as bulletproof as possible. Can't always do that. In our case, having people around as the fail-safe of the fail-safe really came through at this point, because that allows us to have a close where otherwise it might have been very difficult.
Gotcha. And so do you have any idea why this happened, though?
No, but we will be spending a lot of time this weekend trying to figure that out.
Okay, and just can you give us an idea of how often the problems like these do occur, since you guys have increasingly become more and more sort of electronic, right?
Sure. I mean, it's very rare when they happen, particularly ones like we had today. And in general, most of them are recovered relatively quickly, so people barely even notice. So things of the order of magnitude of today are very unusual.
Very unusual. Okay, and so basically, the last time we had a manual close was when? Do you know?
Wow, I've been here for 2 years, and I would doubt that we had it while I was here.
Really? Okay. Well, Matt, there you go. Just so you know, so that people at home understand a little bit better what happened here on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. There was a flurry of activity behind me, as you saw, and this is exactly why that happened. A systems error. And Matt, back to you.
All right. Thanks to Lydia. Thanks to Larry as well.